Hello, I'm John.
And I'm Rachel, and this is Kurt.
And we're the O'Brocks. Welcome to Seldom Creek Farm, which is also our home. The purpose of this video is to show you, our customers, how we raise our pastured meat chickens. Maybe you've driven by this summer and wondered what we've been doing out in our fields, or maybe you just want to know more about where your food comes from. There are plenty of online resources about pasture-raised meat, but this is how we do things at Seldom Creek Farm. Our chickens start out as chicks at a hatchery. Baby chicks can go several days without eating after they hatch to give time for multiple chicks to hatch before disembarking the nest with mom. In this case, we are the mom, but rely on this time for chicks to be shipped. The post office in our town is used to baby chicks, and ours are rarely the only ones waiting there for pickup. When the chicks arrive, they are still too small to go out on pasture and spend their first few weeks in the barn in large tubs. We provide food and water as well as heat lamps, depending on the weather, to keep the chicks happy and healthy. Eventually, the chicks grow too big to remain in the brooder, and they are ready for pasture. We try to move chicks to pasture as soon as possible, but need to watch the weather. Moving chicks to pasture is a big job. Conventionally raised chickens would remain in the barn for their entire life and never see the sun or grass, so this is where the pasture raising process begins. We raise our chicken on pasture in movable pens with open bottoms. Ideally, we would free range our birds, but meat chickens require protection from predators and generally do not do well with too much freedom. The movable pens provide protection for the chickens while providing them fresh grass and bugs to eat, as well as keeping them off of their manure. Without the pens, the birds would likely develop favorite spots, leaving most of the area untouched, but by providing them with a more structured freedom, they end up accessing a much larger area. This also helps to evenly spread the manure across our fields, leading to healthy grass for next year's birds. We visit our chickens at least once or twice a day to check on the health of the birds and make sure they have everything they need. We start by moving the pens ahead to fresh grass. This moves the birds off of their manure from the previous day and onto fresh pasture with healthy grass and new bugs to eat. As the birds get older, they develop an appreciation for grass and are excited to get to the new grass as it is exposed. Once the pens have been moved, we refill the food and water to make sure the birds have what they need for the next day. We feed non-GMO feed from a local Amish mill in addition to the large quantities of grass and bugs that the birds consume. Our biggest cost by far in raising chickens is feed. The tendency of chickens to forage for food varies by breed. The most common type of meat chicken raised commercially is Cornish cross, which have been bred to consume corn in barns and gain weight as fast as possible. We have raised Cornish cross in the past and have found them to be well-tempered but generally unwilling to forage. A big part of pasture-raised meat is foraging and consumption of grass and bugs. Instead of Cornish cross, we raise Freedom Rangers, which are another meat variety that does much better with foraging. They do take several more weeks to gain enough weight to process and don't finish as big as Cornish cross, but we feel that it leads to a better product, both in terms of welfare of the birds during their lives and the quality of the meat. After eating the grass, our chickens are moved frequently, protecting the root structure and promoting quick regrowth. Once the birds reach the end of their time with us, they are loaded into crates and transported to another local family farm that has a licensed processing facility. While the end of the birds is unavoidable, we do our best to give them a comfortable life and make the processing as low stress as possible. Welcome to our farm store, the last stop for our chickens before your freezer and dinner plate. We have chickens available for purchase in our self-serve farm store located at the end of our driveway. A convenient parking spot is available with store hours posted on our website. Also look for our roadside sign which lists currently available products. Prices are posted inside the farm store as well as on our website. Chicken is priced per pound and the weight is listed on the chicken. After selecting the birds you would like, there is a calculator available to determine price per bird and sales forms with instructions posted. After completing your sales form, a deposit box is available for cash or check, and we also accept Venmo for cashless transactions. We hope that you will find our chickens to be nourishing and flavorful and look forward to seeing you at our store or a future farm event. Also, follow us on Facebook for more info and updates on current happenings at the farm.